Hey everyone! Me and my mama are having our first car ride in a long time, and I thought that while we're sitting here at the park, that I would chat with y'all. Chat with y'all about something specifically pertaining to caregivers that we all know so well, which is the feeling of resentment. It is so real, isn't it? It is so real. There are so many reasons to feel resentful in our caregiving journey, whether it's because of lack of support, the amount of sacrifices that we've had to make, for just the sadness and anger and frustration and all of the emotions that we experience, whether it's because we're having a hard time finding the resources that we need to support ourselves and our loved ones. Like, there's so many reasons for us to be resentful. And I would say that over the years, I've definitely been on a journey of tempering. Am I talking too loud? I'm sorry.
The rest of them go.
Oh, really? Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I must say that I've been on a journey of tempering my resentment a lot better and managing it. And I still definitely have moments of it for sure. But, one of the ways or one of the reasons why I've come to this conclusion of how, like, resentment, I'm talking like habitual chronic resentment, like living in a state of being resentful at the entire process. I have learned by the way that it has eaten me up from the inside. I've had to learn that my resentment has a whole lot less to do with, oh, so and so isn't calling me anymore. Why aren't they checking in? Like, don't they care? Oh, doctors aren't listening to me. Like, they're not providing me the resources that I need. Or nobody has volunteered to give me some time off. I can't afford to have a paid caregiver instead. Like, those are symptoms of a much deeper issue when it came to my resentment. What it really came down to for me was that I was not having a need met. I'm so sorry. I'm talking too loud for her. I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. Okay. It had to do with the fact of, my friends not calling me. It was less about that and more about the fact that I felt isolated. Me not having people volunteer to come watch my mom and me being like, don't y'all know that I need some space, had very little to do with why aren't people offering, and had everything to do with I feel suffocated and I need some space.
Yeah.
It had to do with this internal need, but I was gearing my upset and my anger and my frustration with all the external things. Because honestly, it was easier to name those than to name what I was feeling. And so once I realized that my resentment was rooted in an unmet need, I realized that all of the unmet needs that I had were needs that I could fill to an extent without the presence of other people.
Well, you were right there.
I wasn't? I was right there?
Yeah.
I was? Oh, thank you for telling me. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mama. That was helpful. And so once I realized that, I'm like, oh, wait. Okay, so I want the support of other people, and I want people to see me, and I want people to hear me, and I want people to want to help. And I will ask if I need it. But the reality of it is that this life is not anyone else's but ours. And so no one else will ever feel indebted to it or as passionate about it and about the needs within it as I will. I started looking at what are ways that I can, even in small increments, meet the needs that I have. For instance, feeling smothered and me needing space, I get up really early at the butt crack of dawn to go to walk to the gym at my community and go for an hour and walk while she's sleeping. I have cameras all over the place, so
Okay.
I was frustrated that please hold. I was frustrated because I didn't have my friends who are not caregivers.
Yeah,
You know,
right there.
I know the doggy. You see the dog?
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice dog. It's cute. My friends that wouldn't check up on me, who weren't caregivers, I was feeling isolated. And so I met that need by connecting with other caregivers on social media that do check in and that share their experience and help me to feel less alone. Those are just two examples of ways that I was able to change the narrative of what I was experiencing, why I felt resentful, and that really the resentment was an unmet need, and that I had the ability to fill my own cup. Maybe not to the fullest, maybe not exactly the way that I wanted it to, but I was able to do something that was not dependent on if other people were or weren't there for me like I would have wanted or preferred. But even then, even with that, the reality of this journey, even if you get to a place where you're able to manage and change the narrative of resentment and you're able to maybe heal some wounds, the reality of it is that you will always have reasons to feel resentful, because this disease and this caregiving journey, whether it's Alzheimer's like my mom, or it's Parkinson's or ALS or anything else that's going on, it's tough. It feels heavy so often. In between all the moments of like, today's a good day, you also have really bad days and bad moments. And so you'll always have a reason, a legitimate reason to be resentful. And if you feel resentful right now about the things that are hard, I want you to know that's normal. It's okay. You're not wrong. You're not bad. You're not ungrateful. You're just living a hard life right now. But you don't have to make a home there and stay in that resentment every single moment of every single day. There is hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? There's hope, Mama.
Yeah.
There's always hope. That's what I wanted to say. All right, it's getting a little roasty toasty, and I heard my mama's her tummy grumbling, so we're gonna head home. But thanks for hanging out with us for a little car chat. Have a great day.